Well, I messed that up. I noticed right off the bat that I didn't have any volume there. I'm trying to get my new software to work right, and I didn't have my volume. I don't guess. Did y'all hear my volume at all, or can you hear me now? Can you hear what I'm saying? Hello? If anybody can hear me, that would be great. Let me know that you hear me. Um, and and let me know if you heard the intro. I don't have a okay, you hear me, great. And did y'all hear the intro at all? Anything with the intro? I'm trying to get that intro to play, and I thought the music and everything was on there, but it did not come through here, so I'm not sure if it did or not. Um, no notifications. Yeah, I don't know what it is with this new software I have. It does not give notifications, or at least I don't. I'm gonna have to watch the tutorial again on it. It's called a Restream. Is a software. I'm not using StreamYard because StreamYard they got twice as much, and I didn't know I can't. Uh, I just we're not doing as good. We lost 18 subscribers last 28 days on this channel. So obviously we're not doing something right anymore. We're not like we were. But did you hear, was there any volume or anything on the intro like it was before? If you could let me know, because like Maddie, you said something there, but I've got a logo there that's blocking what you said. Let me get that out of the way, and or maybe when it goes by here. Let's see. I can't see it. And as y'all talk, I'll get to do it. Anyway, we're going to talk about a few things here, and I'm just going to. I don't know how long we'll be on tonight. I'm going to try to do it the regular length, but I'm just getting used to this software, so um, I don't have everything out. I'm not sure if you got okay. If y'all heard the intro, that's good. I don't know why I couldn't hear it. I don't know what. It's just like I'm not. I have issues here with this software that way, but let me try something real quick. See if I can. I don't know. Uh, okay, let me turn my mic up here. If it, okay, I see what speakers built in. Um, what talking about it. Figure we'll discuss first and then do. Oh, it says here while we're restoring the connect. Tell me if we're buffing any because I hope we're going to do it. I moved my antenna out in the yard further, but we got some happening to the connection. See, I apologize. I don't know why the heck this thing does it. I want to show a couple of videos and see if these videos are coming through.
Let's start with the news here at 6. With this, tonight, search warrants obtained by WCNC Charlotte revealed details in the investigation in the disappearance of Alicia Watts. Thanks for joining us here for the news at 5. I'm Colin Mayfield.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. Police say Watts is from Moore County and traveled to the Charlotte area to meet her boyfriend, James Dunmore. They were supposed to go to a comedy show, but they never made it. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre has been going through these new documents, joining us live now from the neighborhood where this warrant was served. Jesse, what did you learn today?
Well, you know, we are just a block away from Dunmore's home, and we are learning that CMPD collected several items from the home, from clothing, electronic devices, to photos from the home, just to name a few. We also learned that investigators are looking into any evidence or tools that could have been used or may be used to clean up or to cover up a crime. Now, Alicia Watts was reported missing on July 19. Her boyfriend, James Dunmore, was the last person she was reported to be with. Information from phone records pinged both their cell phones to Dunmore's home from July 16 to the early morning of the 18. Later that day, Dunmore was found unresponsive in Watts' car in a parking lot of a DMV in Anson County. Now, according to the search warrants, we are learning authorities believe that he may have tried to kill himself. Now, Watts was not in the vehicle and is still missing. We spoke to family during the investigation who say they are not giving up on finding Watts.
That's not like Alicia. She's never not seen. She's always on her social media. You know, she's a businesswoman. So this is not Alicia. We want her home and we need to find her.
Whatever we have to do to find Alicia, that's what we're going to do. And that's collectively, all of us, because she has an army behind her who loves and cares for her.
Now, as of right now, Dunmore has not been charged of a crime, and still no word and no whereabouts of no known words of Watts' whereabouts. Live in North Charlotte, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
All right, hope we hear something soon, Jesse. Thanks for highlighting that story today.
And did y'all hear any of that? Because I'm not listening. It's impossible for me to even hear what's going on the screen. So I'm gonna. This is a girl that was missing, and now they're pretty sure the boyfriend's killed her. They found her body today in a cemetery in North Carolina. The body, missing North Carolina woman. If it's Alicia Watts, I think is her name. If that's the same video I got with it, they found her. If it's the same one. Is this the Alicia Watts video? Because I can't hear it. That's the thing. Yes, okay. And y'all heard it. I don't. I'm gonna have to correct this or find a. Let me see if these earphones will work for me. If I can get them to work. And the next video, we'll try it out and see if I can get these to work. And this is a sad video before we get into another one. I hate that I hope they prosecute that girl for sure. I mean, prosecute.
The search for a missing toddler may have come to a tragic end. East Point police believe a body discovered at the East Point transfer station is that of 2-year-old Josiah Mitchell. This afternoon, police discovered a child's body at the facility on South Martin Street. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at the scene with the late-breaking details. Deidre.
And now it's a heartbreaking end to the search for that missing 2-year-old. Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office and East Point detectives on scene here at the East Point transfer station, where this afternoon a child's body was discovered. That child's body believed to be that of missing 2-year-old Josiah Mitchell, whose father falsely reported he'd been kidnapped exactly 1 week ago. Now, if you look behind me, you can see that East Point police are posted at the entrance here this afternoon, monitoring traffic coming in and out of the facility. We're told trash from across the city of East Point is dumped here before it is transferred to a landfill in Griffin. Police say the body has been out in the element for several days, and while investigators suspect it is that of the missing child, they say a forensic pathologist is going to have to identify the body. Now, last Wednesday, Josiah's father, Artavius North, reported the boy was kidnapped by armed robbers in DeKalb. Police say he lied about the kidnapping. He was arrested, charged with making a false statement to police, and just just earlier this week, police named him as a person of interest in the case. Now, East Point Police Chief Sean Buchanan was informed at around 1:30 this afternoon as we wrapped up an interview with him that his detectives were responding to this location. Before today's tragic discovery, the chief said North was being uncooperative.
Well, I would tell you there are several of his family members who are very forthcoming, and they've tried to talk with him and pleading with him, tell the truth. I would tell you that his family is just as concerned about the child as the mother's family. It's just he is not being cooperative.
And then just after that interview, the developments here earlier this afternoon that a child's body had in fact been located here. Investigators said they expected that they'd be on scene for another 2 to 3 hours out here today. The investigation has taken, sadly, a dark, tragic turn. That's the latest here in East Point. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, heartbreaking doesn't even begin to describe it. Deidre, thank you. A lot of...
That's crazy. I hope that guy, they give him the death penalty, you know? Killing that little baby, that was awful. That was sure awful. I'm trying to move my chat where I can see it. For whatever reason, I can't. But that was sad. I know we talked about that, I think, last time, that that little baby that was missing, the dad said it was a kidnapping. That didn't sound right to me at the time. Another one here, another video I want to show you. I got a few videos here, and then we'll talk about our main topic tonight.
Police, meanwhile, also searching for a missing person. Nikayla Williams is 24 years old. She's 5 feet 3 inches tall, with black hair, brown eyes. She was last seen on Monday, November 8th on North Kenmore Road. She was seen getting into a white-colored pickup truck near East 46th Street. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact IMPD.
Yeah, that was a missing person there. And also, this one is I guess a little bit more happier news. You remember that were missing? They couldn't find them. Yeah, that Tennessee couple got lost in the mountains up there in Alaska. They were supposed to leave, and they just got absolutely lost for 8 days up there. You know, I'm glad it's not in the hard winter time, or they'd have a problem for sure. But I was glad to see them. You know, they found them alive up there. And now we'll talk about the main guy that has disappeared. Now, guy is a Netflix engineer that just started at Netflix, and was taking a tour. The way I understand, went into a museum up around the Golden Gate Bridge, and just has disappeared. No reason to think that he jumped off the bridge. You think about being around the Golden Gate, you immediately think, oh, well, he must have jumped, but no reason to. Love this job, and I want you to watch these two, and then we'll talk about it. They said that it was no, and know that thing ran kind of fast. I barely caught some of it myself, but he had a strange encounter with a rideshare driver, and he said the Uber driver, um, and that's where it went. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this other. This is, excuse me. This is more explains it to you.
This morning, a family is urgently searching for a missing man who recently started working for Netflix in Los Gatos. 23-year-old Yohanes Kidane was last seen at the Golden Gate Bridge Visitor Center last Monday after getting in an Uber in San Jose. Kidane's family has flown in from New York in hopes of finding him. They attended service at San Francisco's Third Baptist Church yesterday morning, where they found support from the congregation there. Family members said they will not give up until they find him.
We're not going to stop until we do. And we love him a lot. We miss him. We're going to find him.
The San Jose Police Department says there is an open missing persons case. The department says officers are investigating but have no updates on this case so far.
But you know, and here's what you don't understand about the Golden Gate Bridge. Most of the bridges in like New York, California, because they've had so many people jump, they got big nets that hang below. Close up picture of it. I saw people from jumping off and killing themselves. Huge, huge nets. Um, I don't think he jumped. There's no indication through anything that he would have a reason to. He just got this pretty high paying job, they said, in California. He was all the stuff that I've read about him, they said that he was a great employer. I mean, great people to work with. And this tells about him. He got there's a $70,000 been raised uh, by his friends through GoFundMe page to hire private investigators to put up uh, notices, to hire private investigators to pay informants, everything. 70,000, and like I said, there's all kinds of nets, and plus there's cameras all over that bridge. You cannot jump off that bridge without a camera seeing you jump. There's no way. So the police are not saying that he jumped. I mean, with that, I don't think the police would let this go on with if there was evidence that he had jumped. Not from what I have read and heard. This is a copy of the poster here, missing poster. Investigation has uncovered no evidence to suggest that a crime has occurred. They're not sure though, and their family has been kept up on their developments in the case, and he I can't even pronounce his name. 22 years old. He lives there in San Jose. Works at Netflix company as a software engineer, so he's probably making, I would say, probably 250,000 a year. And uh, I'm not being facetious when I say that. A straight engineer pay now, just a straight electronic engineer makes about 150,000 a year. So it's not a 250 for those engineers to work on Netflix. It's not outrageous. Um, Says here, and I'll read this a little bit. More than $70,000 has been raised by to bolster the search for him. A New York engineer who mysteriously damns. He's from New York, but he got a job out there with Netflix. Um, And 22 years old, having that high paying job, I mean, I can't see him being depressed. Um, he was last seen the night of August 14th, stepping into an Uber. Remained missing Tuesday as loved ones pleaded on a GoFundMe page for more resources to help find him. A search effort by the family, friends, and peers are underway. A GoFundMe campaign has raised $74,000 as of Tuesday morning for travel, private investigators, attorneys, other search resources in the search, research in the search. We cannot express enough gratitude for any help you can provide. And it says here that the subject disappeared days after he expressly, hesitantly, he talked hesitantly about taking ride shares alone after having a strange encounter with an Uber driver. So he apparently had a Uber driver that they gave him a strange encounter, and I think I read somewhere that they checked out the Uber driver that he had been using, and they don't feel like he, uh, has gave them any type of, uh, you know, feeling that he was involved in anything. Um, see, I can't read that to the top here. Said while trying to get home this Saturday before he went missing, he had an unusual and uncomfortable ride and an Uber driver who insisted on taking a less direct route to his San Jose apartment. And we don't know what this. It may have got a hold of some type of Uber driver that was into something he shouldn't have been into. Let's see here. Seemed like he's a pretty good sized guy, though. It somebody locks me in the car or something like that. I think even as big as I am, heavyweight as I am, I could do something about it anyway. The driver was said insisted on taking him through Oakland. It said that he was suspicious of his intentions, was finally able to cancel his ride after crossing the San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge. GoFundMe said after the ordeal, he expressed his hesitancy in ride sharing alone, according to the page. Yeah, me too. Days after voicing his concerns about ride sharing, he was guy was captured on security cameras leaving his downtown San Jose apartment, entering a vehicle that had an Uber sticker on display. Uh, Two young colleagues of his saw him and were able to talk to him. He said his brother. And he said he was heading to San Francisco, maybe to meet a friend. The last footage I've seen of him was leaving his apartment building and getting into a black Toyota Camry. So maybe they'll end up getting some information. But if I was hesitant about driving in a Uber, I doubt I'd get back into the Uber for sure. That's another picture of him there. Said he only moved to the Bay Area in July from Webster, New York, and was the second week of his work at a streaming giant where he was recently hired as a software engineer. And I'm telling you, that's a great job. His phone location showed he was at the Golden Gate Bridge the majority of the night of Monday, um, August 14th, but the next morning his personal belongings were found near the Golden Gate Bridge, near the Welcome Center in San Francisco, according to a fundraiser and a missing persons poster. I know what you're thinking. I know y'all thinking, well, he jumped off the bridge. I hope I'm not buffing. I know what you're. I hate this. This says that I'm in and out. Uh, uh, yeah, have y'all ever hitchhiked? I have one time. Well, I've tried a bunch of times when I was younger, but I did one time about, I guess it's been 10 years ago, maybe not that long. Um, I needed a ride, and I was about 4 or 5 miles away from home, so I put my thumb up. Some two guys picked me up, and once I got in the car with them, I was very sorry I did. But the cause they were talking about, how they hated cops and blah blah blah, they didn't know I was a cop, no way. But I had a gun with me, so I wasn't overly scared or anything. But it just made me. It just was really weird. I had two friends of mine, or actually two friends, and they when they had a little baby, they broke down on the side of the road on the interstate, and some people pulled up in a van, and they said, "Hey, we can give you a ride down to the next exit, and we'll let you, send somebody up here to pick up your car." Well, the guy said, "Okay, we'll all go," because he didn't want to leave his wife with a little baby on the side of the road. And about halfway to the next exit, the driver turns to the female passenger in the car and the van and says, "Do you want to kill them here and take their baby or what?" And now I'm gonna tell you, if I'd have been in the back of that van and heard that, there'd have been a fight in the front seat, or I'd be picking up something, and it wouldn't have. But they just kind of froze, and they did end up dropping them at the next exit and told them, "Hey, baby, we're just kidding. We're just really kidding." I don't take that as kidding at all. That's why if I ever get out here and have to get a ride, I'm gonna have me a gun with me. And if somebody starts talking like that, I'm gonna put a gun to somebody. That'd be the time to pull out a gun and say, "Pull over to the side of the road right now. We're getting out." Because that just is freaky. I mean, they scared the bedoozle out of these friends of mine. I mean, they were really terrified that these people were gonna kill them and take their child. Yeah, I remember that to this day. I said right then, not getting in a car with anybody like that, or hitchhiking or anyway, otherwise, unless I'm armed. Um, yeah, and I know Uber, they will. My son doesn't. He doesn't have a problem with it. They text you who the driver's identification is, and you compare it to. They're supposed to have a little ID up there and show you, but if it's not a taxi, and it's just a regular Uber, I mean, they had those. I think one of the girls killed somewhere. She called for an Uber, and the guy pulled up in a car and stopped in front of her, and she thought it was the Uber and got in the back seat, and it turns out it wasn't the Uber, and she ended up getting murdered. Um, you know, I don't. I think that it could be a problem. Sure enough. Um, well, I don't know if I like this new software or not. I'm gonna have to get back in touch with them to try to get try to get them to show me how to do the notifications on YouTube. Um, I'm gonna go, and I'm wondering now if I'm gonna have to go back and put the thumbnail out there and the whole 9 yards. Um, I thought it had a notification spot, but I don't know why it did not show you the notification. I want to go back to this one picture that I showed you. Um, he's not a small guy, that what I can see. So I don't know how in the world um, somebody was able to, take advantage of him. And and you talking about I really don't think, I know his belongings were found near the Golden Gate Bridge, but I'm gonna tell you, I just don't believe that he would kill himself because of one, the salary he's making. And I know money's not everything, but um, hold on, I got says my battery's gonna go dead. Hold on a second. Hold on. It's on the floor here beside me. It's hard to get to. Um, just because his stuff's beside the bridge may be a cover up, somebody, doing something to him. Um, if you think about this, if somebody was doing something to him, and uh, it might be a good way to give everybody impression he harmed himself. Uh, T.S. Jackson, I thought she sit down and uh, I'll tell her to where to look. She said she was going to be on. I apologize for us going in and out. I said I don't understand the Starlink because yeah, I know I miss her too. She's actually in Huntsville tonight. Down there, she's kind of busy tonight, and uh, but she should be back next week for sure. Hopefully, I've got. Uh, Keep me in your thoughts. I got a doctor's appointment on the 12th of September for my back. I'm going to meet with a surgeon, and hopefully he'll be able to do something. They've got a new procedure where they do it while you're awake or almost awake. And I said, no, I didn't think I wanted that. That's not for me. I want to wake up and it be over. Let me see if Dana's asking me a question now. She can find us. Um, she said she thought, there she is. There she is. Uh, Dina's on here now. Uh, well, it's impossible to get a hold of Starlink. I mean, I love Starlink most of the time, but it is impossible. She said there she'll be here for a few minutes. They all miss you, Medina, if you can hear that. Um, Dana's down in Huntsville tonight, and but but we hope her dog misses her. I tell you, Maggie misses her too. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to say that or not, but yeah, she's in the ER with her dad right now, and so keep him in your prayers if you don't mind. Um, Yeah, I don't want to be awake when they start doing anything on my back. Uh, I want I want to be totally asleep. I don't want. They say though that they would just put you almost asleep, and you supposed to tell them where if it's pain or not. No, I want to be totally asleep, and then when they, that's it. Um, yeah, Medina's been gone all day down there. It's not anytime you're down there, it's a long wait. I will check with this also this if I can get. Yeah, poor Maggie, poor Tommy. Uh, Maggie's been missing her mama. Maggie's mama. Maggie's over there looking at me. She's got her head on the chair looking at me. Um, yeah. I don't know if it's hot where you are, but it's like the furnace where we are, about 110 degrees. Yeah, me either, T.S. Jackson. I don't want to be awake. I don't want to tell him if I'm in pain. I want him to just assume that I am and go ahead and do his job. I don't want him to tell him anything. I want him to take care of it while I'm asleep. Uh, there's a video I watched on this certain doctor that he said, "Oh yeah, we'll do this and do that, uh, and you'll be able to just go. We'll increase it and all that." And I was like, "Uh-uh." Yeah, I remember the first time I got put under anesthesia. I told the guy, I said, "This stuff ain't working." He said, "Breathe in and count to 10 backwards." And I said, "This stuff ain't working." And at the 7, he leans over me and says, "Bye bye." And that's the only thing I remember. I was out. Way to go. I don't want any question for sure. Um, Anybody got anything they want to bring up? Anybody missing that they look into your area that you might want to? Okay, you can't listen to it, but you can read the some of the questions in the chat. Hey, it's miserable here. Oh no, Maddie, how old was your dad? What were they operating on him for? Yeah, some people can't handle anesthesia. Fortunately, I've never had a problem with it. I looked at Barry's case today and looked at there's nothing. He's still. If the I read the complaint too today, and there's about 100 people on that case file that he's suing. Under the color of law personally. And I can't, I'm telling you, I just want to see. Oh, yeah, that's bad. I'm sorry, Maddie. Um, I think that when they start doing depositions, that's the thing. I think I'd like to be there when they depose Barry for sure. But if I was a DA, I would go ahead and charge him again right now. Even though I don't know, they need to put all their ducks in a row. But um, you know, he's honestly, you ought to go over and read the complaint that Barry has got. Uh, It's it's amazing that I mean, he's suing about 150, about 100 people for sure. Um, yeah, I need to get with AK. I was supposed to get with AK when we were in Colorado, and that was what we were going to do. But just when we were in Colorado Springs, and there's some videos on our other channel that are coming up on the Garden of Gods and a bunch of places in Colorado. And when we were out there, when I was in Colorado Springs, I was gonna get with him. Well, we received a call from her dad, uh, from her brother. We needed to come and because he had to go, her brother had to go off for a medical appointment, so we really had to leave. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see AK, but I need to. Um, wow, wow, T.S. Jackson. That what type of back surgery did he have? Y'all freaking me out. Yeah, we could do that if y'all want to, but it's all pretty much until we find out something, more. It's not, I mean, we need to find her body is what we need to do. That's the thing. Somebody needs to find her for sure. Yeah, y'all freaking me out talking about these people having back surgery and not waking up now. Um, how old was he when he had TS? How old was he when he had back surgery? And what? I mean, was it minimal invasive or the full deal? They'll do that full deal. They'll cut you down. You have an 11 or 12-hour back surgery. They said mine would take about an hour. Minimum invasive. But anytime they put you under, it is a risk. There's no doubt there for sure. But if the good Lord wants to take me, I know where I'm going, so I'm not going to worry about it. 10th hour in death operation, straightened his spine. Wow, that's awful. Yeah, 10-hour surgery like that. It's just. Mm. But like I said, if something should happen, I know where I'm going, so I'm not worried about it. But I will worry about it. I will worry about it, but I won't worry about it. You understand what I'm saying? Um, if y'all want to look at more into the Morphew case, yeah, I'll get with AK, maybe get him on here with me. Um, riding around in these next week and the next week around in there, we're going to be really busy with until we find out what's going on down here with Medina tonight. So I don't want to make the promises that we'll definitely do that. But I was telling them earlier, we lost 18 subscribers on this channel in the last 28 days, but we've gained 18 on the other channel. And whoever has been watching our long form content, we have increased our hours some. It's not a huge amount of hours on the watch hours on our other channel, on our 1 Million Mile Road Trip channel, but it has increased the hours some. Um, the little emblem up there at the top. Now, me and Tony will not be online again tonight. He's got something going on with his kids, uh, volleyball, basketball, I don't know, something out there. So we're not going to be on tonight. He wanted to be off, but we're going to have to reevaluate that channel a little bit more too because we don't have hardly anybody watching it. 50 people, I think, are subbed to it. But I'm real concerned. I am concerned about this channel too, losing people like we are. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see, was that? Yeah. Um, that's what I think I gotta have, TS. A lapendectomy. I think that's what it is. Lower back and a fusion in my right neck. No, I'm not gonna do a fusion, but I think they're gonna do the other lapendectomy. But I think they do it with a minimally invasive. They do it through a hole about this big, and you're not supposed to be out of commission for a while. Well, I tell you, I'm gonna see if I can't figure out this software a little bit more where you do have a notification. You didn't because I did it all of the. I think I even put a thumbnail up there. Uh, Let me go over here real quick while I got you here and see if it what it looks like on on the channel. Hey, how many of y'all have watched the Rich Man North of Richmond video by Oliver? I think his name is Anthony Oliver. Did you know in the top 10 of iTunes, the biggest selling songs, he's got about 6 or 7 of his songs. They're in the top 10. A record company offered him $8 million to do it. He said he didn't want to tie himself down. Uh, hey, I think that's Anthony right now, maybe in here, or Tony, maybe in here. Let's see. If you hadn't watched that song, you need to. He says a couple cuss words in it, but uh, not bad. Uh, each one says, "How you gonna drive the RV?" And that's a problem. That's why I think that they tell me that the minimal invasive surgery that I ought to be out, ought to be within 3 months or been like a couple months, be able to drive. I find out more about it when I talk to the surgeon. Um, there's is Tony. There is the rabbit hole there. There's Tony. Uh, where you at? I thought you were supposed to be at your kid's baseball game or football game or something. It's Thursday night. No, I did not. I can't get into him. Tony, he's a month out right now. I'm gonna see somebody in Vanderbilt. I just got home. Uh, if you have not heard that song, go watch it. It's the rich man above Richmond, and he says a couple of words in it that probably shouldn't have, but it. And then listen to his song also. I want to go home. Good song, and he's real good. He just does not want to be controlled by the record companies. But he's probably making 20 a month just on YouTube, and he'll make his millions selling albums. He was unknown to the whole world until a year ago, and they even played his song, some of his song, last night in the debate. So see if I can pull up what he looks like for y'all. If the ones that haven't seen him. Hmm. uh, Rich man north of Richmond. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture of him. Y'all hang on with me here a minute. All right, we're gonna try it here. I'm gonna try to pull him up. This is what he looks like. Go look him up on on YouTube. Let's see, pull him up here a second. And that's it. That's a bad picture of him. I just took a picture of him singing. He's a red bearded guy and very, very good music. And I mean, they mentioned him all the way last night on the debates. Yeah, he is just a regular country boy for sure. Uh, y'all check him out for sure. Yeah, he does have an Amish look. I don't know if he has a mustache. A lot of Amish don't have mustache. I don't know. Did you see one? I'll go back and look at him here. Yeah, the Amish don't have mustaches. They'll shave their mustache, but they'll have the beard across here, and that all depends. I know the mustache. There's a reason for it. I think the guy told me, but I don't remember what it was. Uh, well, it's getting time for the. We've been here almost an hour. Y'all have any other thing y'all want to talk about? Uh, I'm just trying to learn how to do this. Learn how to do this software. Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, I like his stuff. You know, um, Ginger Billy. They say his name's not really Oliver. He told his name on something, but that's his kind of his stage name he wants to use. Yeah, the high fires. What do you mean? Put it out there. Hey, y'all too, and I wish Dina could be here, but she is going to be tied up. Um, yeah, we definitely want to be praying for Hawaii, and I've got a lot of. My daughter went to school with a whole bunch of people from Hawaii that, excuse me, that lived down there, and they took her. In fact, she went back with her group of Hawaiian friends several years ago, and they stayed in the back off the beach where the tourists are. They stayed in a homes that were of her friends, and she went to an old fashioned luau. There wasn't any tourists there at all, and they had cut big holes in the ground. They buried um, two big pigs in the ground, and they had about 150 Hawaiian people there that lived on the island, and they had a great time. And then they took them to beaches that were off limit to tourists. Of course, Mindy's Korean, so she looks like she's from Hawaii anyway. And they never questioned her anyway, though, because she was with her friends. They went swimming, in places that regular tourists were actually not allowed to even go. So she loved it over there. Uh, yeah, I thought about doing a private test stream and do it, but I've got to figure out all of this stuff with this new software, and I think most of it is to go and uh, listen to some videos about how to do various things. What are you talking about, Ginger? You don't know Ginger Billy? We're going to get in trouble. Who is Ginger? I'm gonna have to go up here and look at what you're talking about. Oh, a YouTuber. Yeah, no, he's better than that old boy. He no. I hate it if this thing's buffing because I can't see it. It just tells me I have a connection error. Lived in Maui 7 months. Loved it. Even went to the nude beach. No, it wouldn't work for me. They'd be running. They'd be running if I went to one. I'm too big right now. I'm trying to lose some weight just so that when I do have surgery, it won't be that big a deal. The more heavy you are, the more chance of a lot of things going wrong, blood clots and a lot of stuff. Okay, listen. Don't you be talking here, Tony. I haven't eaten anything today but eggs, just about eggs, and drank a lot of water. Um, but I'm trying to do the keto again, so who knows? Uh, that's not funny. See, he's been mean. I'm not that big. I did watch a guy that weighed 360 pounds, and he had same type surgery, and he didn't have any problem. He's a good over 100 something pounds bigger than me. I'm I am gonna get down some though, for my own sake. All right, y'all. I need to get and I gotta feed my dogs, take them out. I gotta my dog and take them out, take her out. We don't have Gracie anymore. Um, and I gotta get my cat in, feed him. He's gonna want some tuna fish before I go to bed, and then I gotta check and see where everything does it. When your back hurts, you can't hardly walk, let alone. You're exactly right, Bisham. You're exactly right. It is hard. It is hard to get out and lose any weight or anything if your back is hurt. You don't feel like doing nothing. You don't feel like doing anything. Go ahead, Tony. You say the color blue in the fires. What are you talking about? I have not been able to. I will not be. I have not been able to watch hardly any YouTube or anything, or a lot of conspiracy theories or anything, because we've been busy on with her dad and a lot of other stuff's going on. Rich on blue is evil. Rich is blue and is evil. Blue is evil? Oh, hush, Dina. Blue is evil. What are you talking about, Tony? Uh, what are you talking about, Tony? Blue things not burnt? What are you talking? See, help me out here. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me something I need to watch. Uh, do I need to watch something? Oh, Messenger. Okay, I'll check it. Okay. What's up with the color blue? Well, now see, only thing is blue is uh is our color, Tony, because of the police. You know, squirrel is great. Squirrel tribe, is that secret squirrel? Okay. All right, I'll look it up. All right, y'all. Keep Dina and her dad in your prayers, and we'll see y'all Thursday, and maybe I'll have this thing fixed up by then. Um, I hope so. I'm not 100% right on it, but we're getting there. Good night, y'all. I'll check that out.